Honorable Health Minister leads a delegation to the Northern Health District. The Castle Bruce Primary School receives a new kitchen facility, and the Acute Psychiatric Unit hosts its 14th annual concert. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Nisha Charles.
And I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Thanks for staying with us. The Castle Bruce Primary School now has a new kitchen area thanks to the government of Dominica. The students saw the new structure for the first time when school reopened in the first week of January. The principal, teachers and the parliament representative share the view that the new kitchen facility is well appreciated.
It was not modernized at all. It's an old kind of system and it was not a good atmosphere. But now it's good ambience, a good area for the cook and also for the children and for any other person who come, because it wasn't good. It wasn't a nice site at all. The cupboards, it was, old-time-ish. The bathroom everywhere, but as they have renovated it, it's a place that you can come and sit and relax and eat your food, and it's better now than before. We are very much appreciative for the government for having, invested in that place for us.
Over 60 students are fed from the kitchen every day.
When the government kind of renovated it, I was very happy, and I think it's showing, I feel very comfortable, and I feel the cook herself is much comfortable being in this environment.
Government has spent over $63,000 on this particular project at the school.
We've been spending a lot of money on education in the entire constituency, and the Castle Bruce Primary is no exception. We've had several major projects at the Castle Bruce Primary. We transformed 2 classrooms into a modern early learning facility. We have 2 teachers in that facility. Presently, they are being paid by the NEP. We transform the bathroom facility, toilet units, which was there from the inception of the school in the 60s. We spent over $200,000 in putting a new unit for the school. And we are on another phase, which is the renovation of the school kitchen, make it more conducive for the children and the cooks and the school, and a walkway for the students from the school to the bathroom toilet facilities. And we are very happy with the progress on that project. As you can see, we have changed the kitchen totally. We got rid of all the plywood cupboards into concrete and tiles, and we tiles the floor, fixed the bathroom facility attached to the unit. And we're very satisfied with the work done by the contractor with the limited funds that he had.
Also this news time, the Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, is seeing to it that healthcare services in Dominica continues to be of a high standard. On Friday, Honorable Daru led a team of officials from the Ministry of Health on an official visit to health centers in the Northern Health District. GIS's Tasia Flosak was there and filed this report.
On Friday, making his fourth of 7 visits, the newly appointed Health and Environment Minister, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, and an entourage of health professionals made an official visit to health centers in the Northern Health District. With his goal to improve primary healthcare services, particularly within rural communities, the Honorable Minister has been familiarizing himself with practitioners and patients alike, addressing primary healthcare concerns. The first stop was to the small community of Dodan. The Dodan Health Center was constructed from funds donated by nationals and well-wishers in the United Kingdom following the devastation caused by Hurricane David in 1979. Next on the itinerary was the Vekas Health Center, where officials met with nurse Flores Roye. This center was built in honor of the community's first district nurse, Eugenia Honore, who served from 1954 to 1983. The Vekas Health Center was refurbished in 1998 under the Basic Need Trust Fund's 4th program, financed jointly by the Caribbean Development Bank, USAID, and the Dominican government. The final stop for the day was the Portsmouth Health Center, named after Dr. Reginald Fitzroy Armour in September 1997. The health center and the Portsmouth Hospital are housed in the same facility. The hospital currently caters to 22 patients. Honorable Dr. Daru says his goal as the new health minister is to quickly and efficiently alleviate healthcare concerns.
I felt it necessary that we do these district visits, first of all to get an appreciation of exactly what's going on the ground, the infrastructural status of the various health facilities, the human resource status, and of course to interact with the staff and most importantly the healthcare providers in the various districts, to listen to their gripes, of course commend them on first of all on the tremendous work that most of them, if not all, are doing, and of course to listen to their gripes and to see how quickly we as a ministry and a government by extension can address some of these gripes. Of course, some of these concerns would be concerns that maybe can be addressed almost immediately. I mean, just moving around the 3 districts that I visited, some of these concerns can be addressed almost immediately. Others, of course, would need a more in-depth discussion, maybe various other line ministries, of course, the Ministry of Finance, among others.
According to Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson, the Dominica Labour Party government has always put healthcare at the forefront of its administration.
It's an exciting time ahead for us. I mean, the government has put a lot of focus. Being involved in the health sector for more than 7-8 years as well for the 8th year now as Chief Medical Officer, I can say that government has definitely prioritized health. We recognize that health is something that everyone consumes. As our new minister says, is not only something for the rich and famous, but for every citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And therefore, we have to ensure that we boost up our healthcare delivery.
Primary health care provides health services to the entire population through a network of 52 health centers and 2 district hospitals located across the country. Currently, plans are in the works for a new state-of-the-art Princess Margaret Hospital, and discussions are ongoing to upgrade the Margaret Hospital. The Honourable Minister also indicated that plans are in place for the expansion of the Portsmouth Hospital in conjunction with the Ross University School of Medicine and the Portsmouth Rotary Club. Following that visit, a number of eager health professionals met to discuss a comprehensive plan to improve the delivery of healthcare services in Dominica. Honorable Dr. Daru has visited 4 health districts. St. Joseph, Castlebruce and La Plaine are next on the list.
Thank you, Tassia, for that report.
10 more families in the Castlebruce constituency will receive houses complements the government of Dominica. The houses were originally promised under the Petro-Casa arrangement with financing by the government of Venezuela. Due to changes in the arrangements, the houses are now fully funded by the government of Dominica. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Castlebruce constituency, Honorable Drago, explains.
The Castlebruce phase of it, as it turned out, after the foundations were built, we recognized that the Petro-Casa plastic materials were compromised. So we had to then switch to block houses. This entails redesigning of the projects and costing and the sourcing of funds. government of Dominica had to come up with well over $750,000 to replace the petrocasa materials which were donated by the government of Venezuela. So we were able to source the fund, and work commenced in October on the construction of the concrete units. As you can see, the block works are practically complete, and we are preparing now to prepare for the roofing. So within 3 months or so, the persons from Casa Bruce who promised the petrocasa houses will actually be getting block concrete structures to the tune of well over $100,000.
The government of Dominica continues to receive support from the government of Venezuela towards the Housing Revolution program. So Kimani, another 10 houses in the Casa Bruce constituency. You know, over the years, Casa Bruce has had a lot of natural disasters, and these houses will go to the additional 10 houses I spoke of last week in the San Sauvé area. What do you think of government's plan to add all these new houses as part of the housing revolution?
I think it's excellent, and as you said, it's for persons who have suffered from natural disasters, persons who have lost their houses. So I just think it's a brilliant idea. I know that the people must be extremely happy that their families can now, you know, have homes to live in, and government has purchased the land, and the houses will be available to these families free of charge. So I mean, I don't see what better gift any family can receive in the new year. In other news, the Acute Psychiatric Unit held its 14th annual concert on Sunday, January 11th, on the grounds of the APU. Consultant psychiatrist at the APU, Dr. Nadia Wallace, noted that the purpose of the concert is to allow patients the opportunity to enjoy themselves despite their mental illness.
Through drama and arts, many persons find comfort, and through this medium, patients are given an opportunity to express themselves while we show appreciation for their skills and talents despite their medical problems.
Hospitality Services Coordinator Clayton Bryan says the concert also serves as a means of social interaction for the patients.
This gives them, the patients here, an opportunity for social interaction. And as a result of this social interaction, we can look at it as a therapy for them, and definitely this will assist them in their holistic management of these patients.
Performing at the concert this year were Atherton Martin, the Swinging Stars, Dr. Binta Lambert, the Cicero Singers, among others.
I'm looking for my Johnny, I'm looking for my honey. You're doing me this, you're telling me that. I say this is not for me. Johnny do me conny, Johnny do me conny. He's doing me this, he's doing me that.
Underneath it all. clot. Hunter is not the enemy. Hunter never destroy anybody. Ebola in Africa, you never clot that. AIDS and cancer, you never. High blood pressure. Black men killing each other. You. But it's me. You want to kill. You want to steal. Why me? Blood clots. Them thing destroying the family.
The reform of the local government system has been regarded as highly important to the government of Dominica. That's according to the Honorable Minister for Youth, Culture and Sports, Justina Charles, who was acting Prime Minister, addressing the Monrachet Kulubistri Village Council last week.
Recognizing the important role that local government plays in the development process, the government of Dominica embarked on a process of reform of the local government system. Several phases were identified for implementation, including the development of a policy on local government and updating of legislation to govern local government bodies.
Honorable Charles gave details of Phase 2 of the reform plan.
The objectives of this phase of the reform process were as follows. 1. To review existing legislation pertaining to the local government system in Dominica. The second one is to formulate a national local government policy. The third, to develop a comprehensive local government act. And the final one, to develop harmonized bylaws for each grouping of local authorities.
Government hired a consultant to work with the local government department to revise local government bylaws.
A participatory and consultative approach was adopted in the reform process in an effort to obtain maximum involvement of all stakeholders. A consultancy was implemented in 2007 to 2008 to achieve the objectives outlined above. The Local Government Reform Committee, which serves as the project steering committee, was mandated to have overall oversight over the process and to work closely with the consultants contracted for the projects. In January 2011, a local consultant was engaged to develop a set of harmonized bylaw by the council with a view to accomplish the determined scope of work.
And before we go, here are a few announcements. Private candidates registered to write the January 2015 CXC examinations are asked to collect their timetables from the local registrar's office during normal working hours. Please be guided accordingly. The Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security has given notice that the High Court of Justice of the Commonwealth of Dominica will begin its sitting for the trial of criminal cases on Tuesday, the 13th day of January 2015 at 9 a.m. at the High Court, Bayfront, Roseau, with arraignment of accused persons. The Comptroller of Inland Revenue Division informs all persons that the deadline for submitting requests for tax adjustments in respect of mortgage interest and student loans is Tuesday, January 13th, 2014. The Youth Development Division invites applications from young men and women wishing to pursue training under the Youth Skills Training Program in computer skills at the Castle Bruce Youth Center, Roseau Youth Enterprise Center, Grand Bay Youth Center, Portsmouth Youth Center, and Wesley Youth Center to commence in February 2015. Electrical wiring at the Roseau Youth Center and woodwork. Application forms can be obtained from the Youth Development Division's office on the 3 Charles Avenue, Goodwill, or from the district youth officers and should be returned no later than January 30th, 2015.
The Roseau City Council wishes to advise vendors selling marketable commodities on the sidewalks on Old Street, King George V Street, Cross Street, Independence Street, and other areas in the city that they should desist from the practice effective 31st January 2015. In accordance with the legislation, all marketable commodities must be sold at the designated place, that is the Roseau Market. Vendors refusing to comply will be prosecuted. Persons wishing to vend for the carnival season must obtain and fill out the necessary applications from the office of the Roseau City Council and pay the associated fees prior to erection of bars or stalls on the sidewalks for Carnival Monday and Tuesday, February 16th and 17th, 2015, respectively, and also outside of the respective venues where carnival activities are being held in the city of Roseau. Bars and stalls erected without the necessary authorization of the council will be confiscated and a fee will be imposed for repossession of the same. The Forestry and Wildlife Division wishes to inform the general public that the official hunting and freshwater fishing season came to an end on December 31st, 2014, and there should be no hunting of game species nor taking of freshwater species. The division would also like to further remind the traveling public that an export permit is required to take wildlife out of the country. In this regard, the division will continue to issue export permits until January 31st, 2015. The division would also like to thank the general public and its partners for their support throughout 2014 and wishes everyone a Happy New Year. And that's the English news. Coming up, how to quit a bad habit.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
The black Sikatuka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatuka today.
Do you think that bad habits like biting your nails and cracking your knuckles are hard to break? Experts have said some simple solutions to kick the habit. Make it conscious. If you can notice when you are doing it, chances are you can figure out why you are doing it and will be able to stop.
Once you realize when and why you are doing it, the next logical step is to replace the habit with a not so annoying, temporary or permanent one. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Nisha Charles.
And I'm Kimani Serja. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.